I've learned anything useful about life after my 14 years of experience, it's to let the business guy get in front. 3 principles guide the business guy notion. Principle 1. Letting the business guy get in front is a practice in empathy. I see him enter the coffee shop, storming past the employee holding the door. He angrily squeezes past tables and chairs, bumping and sliding them across the floor. He sighs very loudly when he sees the dozen people waiting in line, calling attention to himself like a child. Of course, his call is answered as every person in the room curiously turns their head. He rolls his eyes at a group of mothers, all glaring at him while whispering to one another. As I step up to place my order, a middle-aged man walks up to the business guy and begins to lecture him about needing to get his act together, while the mothers nod their head in agreement and send looks of disgust when the business guy looks their way, rolling his eyes. So I walk up to the senior and kindly interrupt him, telling the business guy to order his drink. I let the business guy take my place in line, skipping the other, now ticked off, customers. I let him give no effort to hide his annoyance while he waits for his drink. I let him leave the shop without thanking me. I let him direct a very rude gesture to the mothers as he leaves. I let him not hold the door for the woman walking in. And I let it go. After all, the guy could be working for executives and CEOs, presidents and vice presidents, bosses and rookies alike. The man might have been up half the night with a crying baby. Or maybe he ended up sleeping on the living room couch. He might be housing an in-law for the next month. He could have been working a night job an hour earlier. Or he could just be a business guy in a bad mood. But as he prepares to make his commute, I make an attempt to understand, even if that means sacrificing my coffee for someone who might just be an irresponsible jerk who's running late for work. Principle 2. Letting the business guy get in front is a practice in altruism. Let's be honest. Everyone has had, or is going to have, jobs that demand every second of your time and energy, that tear down your mental health and ruin your relationships just to make a living, because any amount of money is better than living on the streets with a cardboard sign. Principle 3. Letting the business guy get in front is a practice in dignity, and it reminds me to appreciate honest people. Let me tell you something about these guys. They never sped down the interstate in the 8 a.m. traffic, racing their coworkers, repeatedly revving the engines of their sports cars, cutting everyone off and causing even more traffic, resulting in 3,000 people being stuck on the highway for over half an hour. Rather, the business guy is just a ticked-off dude running late for work. Let the business guy get in front, and believe me, your compassion will be reflected.